So as a student of Galvanize, we wanted to create a one-stop shop portal so that we could see all of the resources that we wanted to use, all of the links, the external portals that we use. We wanted to view them all in one page, as well as viewing the daily plan and maybe some other apps as well that we could incorporate into this application. Some of the technologies that we used were React, which we used for the front end. We used Express, Node, Knex for the back end. We used Bootstrap to help format some of our pages. We used Firebase to deploy our front end, as well as Heroku to deploy our back end. And in order to view our data, we used handlebars. And in order to organize our data, we used Postgres. We also incorporated the Meetup app so we could see a list of the meetups.
So I'm going to take you through just a little bit of the web page just to get started. So this is the landing page. You can register a user. You can register an account. For this instance, I'm going to use my name, Cody P, and we're going to give me an email, cody@gmail.com. Okay. It's important to select your cohort. I'm in G64 because it's the best. And no, I'm just joking. Okay, so then we got my GitHub URL is D5, and my LinkedIn handle is also D5. And then I'll just give like a password there. You submit, and then you get redirected to the home page. You can now use that. You can see it says you successfully created an account. Now please log in. You can now log in with that email you just threw in, with the, give a password, and submit. So this is the landing page. You have a header. You have a toolbar navigation up here. As you can see, this displays the first letter of your name. On the left side of the screen, you see the daily plan for the day, and on the right side of the page, you see all the meetups that are in the local area. So if you want to go to like Project Night for the group Code for Denver, you can research that and find out where it is. Also up here for the daily plan, you can go back. You can see the previous days daily plan, and then if there's a daily plan that doesn't exist, like for tomorrow, it'll say that there's no daily plan for this day. Another perk of having this site is there's continual persistent login. If you close the page, right, and then reopen it, Galvanize HQ, you will see that you are then redirected back in, and you're back in the main page. If you log out, right, then you're done. So I'm just going to log back in here really quick and pass it on off like that. Refresh, you're still logged in.
And now we'll go over some of the features that are in the navigation bar. First is this drop-down menu. One of the things you can do, the very first link, is to edit your profile. So when you click that, on the right side of the body, all the profile information for you shows up, and you can edit any of those fields. You can also click on the next link in the drop-down, which is called Cohort, which will show all the other students that are in your cohort, and it'll list some links to their GitHub and their LinkedIn accounts, which will help you take a look at their profile if you want to, and also see any sort of code that they've written. You can also access the members portal for Galvanize, the talent portal, and the Learn site, which all host different aspects of the Galvanize portfolio for students. You can also access your own LinkedIn profile, your own GitHub profile, and we also have a feature that we're going to be building out in the future, which will have a bunch of student links, resources for design and for databases and for front end, back end, anything like that. We also have a feature we're going to be building out in the future called Add a Link, where you can add a bookmark link right there. As we go on, there's also some other big links up here. The Meetup is the one that's already showing, or it was showing when we initially logged on. Career Services is next. When we click Career Services, this is where we would send like a resume or a cover letter to the people at Galvanize who review our resumes and cover letters and things like that help us gain employment. So when we fill this out and add a link maybe to your Google Drive or Dropbox and hit submit, it will send the information to our API, which can be accessed by those people in career services. Also, the next link is for mastery tracking, and the same thing applies here. We have these different requirements we have to complete in order to graduate from the program, so we will submit what type of mastery tracking it is and then a link to our demonstration of that and hit submit, and it'll go to our backend where a teacher can review your submission. One other feature here is Slack, and next person in our group is going to discuss that.
So for future versions, we'd like to integrate Slack. So your default view would be where this mastery tracking currently is you'd view the Slack channel for the cohort that the student is a member of. Also, we want to flesh out these student links a bit more and have the ability to add a link, and this button will bring up a little form with a name field and a link field. You can paste in the link, call it whatever you want, and that way students can have access to links that are relevant to them and their projects at Galvanize. Another thing we'd like to do is rewrite the backend using Go. That was one of our original project goals. We had to pivot, but we're looking forward to being able to do that, rewriting it in Go. Yep. Back to our other member here.
A few more features that we want to implement before this project is complete is we want to have a portal that the instructors can access, which would basically build in access to the mastery tracking that we submit or any of the career services documentation we submit. So teachers could access it, administrators in the company could access it. So we're going to be building out that portal. We also want, instead of these fields posting to our backend, we want to eventually integrate Google spreadsheets so that everything submitted goes automatically into a Google spreadsheet for that cohort. That way the teachers can review it more easily and quickly. And we're really excited about this project. gHQ, we feel like it's a great improvement over the current system that Galvanize has in place for all student links, and we look forward to iterating on it and improving it going forward.
And so I'm constantly shopping around.